Once upon a time, a baby boy was born in the state of Maine. This is no ordinary boy, though. He was gigantic. He ate so much that when he was just 2 weeks old, he weighed more than 200 pounds. One astonishing thing about him was how he walked. His mother had to buy very big shoes to fit him, since they couldn't just go and buy one pair. Can you believe it? Also, they didn't walk only left and right. He walked side to side, too. So when he walked, it would sound something like boom, boom. Soon, when Paul was 9 months old, he started to crawl, but it shook the whole village. What is going on in here? I've been trying to sleep, but I can't do it with this big hassle going on.
I'm sorry to disturb you, madam, but I just have an innocent baby. I don't believe any harm was done around here.
An innocent little boy? An innocent little boy? An innocent little boy? I think if he makes this much noise, he should be kicked out of this town. Afternoon, Martha. How's Paul getting along?
Oh, you won't believe what happened.
Yes, I will believe what happened if you tell me.
Okay, well then, our Paul began to walk for the first time.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yes, it's a wonderful moment, but the neighbor came complaining about how much this village was shaking.
Oh my, that isn't good at all.
Yes, but how are you going to fix the problem?
There's only one thing left to do.
Oh, don't tell me.
We must get Paul out of the house and keep him outside in a boat.
Must we?
I don't see any other idea. Well, soon the father made a huge boat, and one day the mother and the father put baby Paul in the boat.
This will be your new home, Paulie.
Be good. Even though this looked and seemed like a good idea at first, there were problems ahead. When baby Paul woke up, he caused such a ruckus it flooded a town and caused some people to die. The governor of the town went and spoke to the mother. Sorry, mademoiselle, but you will just have to take your son back because our town is destroyed all because of your son.
Oh my, I'm very, very sorry. I just don't know what to do with him. You don't understand how hard it is to live with him.
I'm sorry, but this is the only thing we can do.
Oh my.
So the governor left Paul with the mother, and the mother kept crying. So when the father came home that afternoon, they both thought of another way to help Paul without getting in trouble.
What are we going to do now?
I have an idea.
You do?
Yes, I do indeed. We can keep him in a cave we found 2 years ago. We lived in that cave for a few days because we got lost while camping. Remember? All we have to do now is give him everything he needs.
What would Paul need?
Well, let's see.
See what?
No, I don't want you to see anything. I want you to what Paul will need in his new home.
Let's see.
There you go again with seeing. I think we should give Paul an axe.
How about a fishing pole for food?
I'll also give him my very own knife.
Oh, and we need to make him a pair of big shoes for the winter and also a blanket.
How about clothes?
Oh yes, and clothes.
Soon Paul was left in the cave that the parents left for him. It was a very nice cave and the parents had made it pretty cozy. But baby Paul cried and cried for 50 days and soon made a river out of his tears. When Paul grew hungry though, he fished with his fishing pole in his very own tears.
My, am I hungry? I could really eat a whole 7 horses, but there's only fish. So now I have no choice.
Well, it finally looks like baby Paul is happy once more because of eating. But 95% of his body ached for his mother and father. He had tools, but did he know how to use them? How could he live like this, an ordinary little boy? But ordinary was a word that was never used on Paul Bunyan. He learned very quickly, and 3 whole years went by too. Paul seems like a very lonely fellow, right? Well, after today, Paul is not the same boy he was before.
Well, I think I will go for a walk today. It is beautiful with the snow.
Paul spoke these words as he stepped outside his cave. There, right in front of him, was blue snow. Blue snow! He couldn't believe what his eyes were seeing. He rubbed his eyes just to make sure what he saw was real.
Am I dreaming or not? This can't be. I never knew there could be blue snow.
With that said, Paul played with the snow, and he had quite a lot of fun. But soon, while he was tumbling about, he heard a noise.
Mama.
What is that noise? It sounds as if it's right next to me.
And indeed it was. What Paul didn't know, though, it was right under a snow pile. There was a creature.
out of a really big snow pile. I wonder what it is.
Paul went to look at it, being careful not to step on trees. Attached to the antlers, he saw a little mountain that he hadn't seen before.
Mama!
Paul picked up the animal or thing. Oh, and soon he realized it was an ox, and it was big as Paul Bunyan himself. He had found a friend his size. Oh, how happy Paul was after that. Also, he learned that the ox was alone and had no one to care for him. So Paul took the ox into his home and named him Babe. The strange thing about Babe was that he was blue all over, since Babe had been lost in the blue snow for a very long time. It turned blue himself, and his tongue was blue also because he kept making noises. Paul and Babe soon became best friends. They never went anywhere without each other. In Paul's care, Babe grew up to be strong and big, like Paul himself. Paul fed him as much as he fed himself. Paul cared for Babe so much.